Hello and welcome to How to Minecraft 101 Episode 2 Alpha Edition, because I'm probably going to redo this in the future. In the previous one, we made the house and the mine and the farm, and all was well in the world, and it's nighttime, so spooky monsters. By now, I'm going to assume that you have a bed. Unfortunately, murdering innocent animals is a very redeeming thing to do in this game. In this episode, we're going to be going over what happens if you see a natural structure, like a village, or how to explore a bit. A bit more crops than mine, but we'll start with a bit of early game exploring and combat, which, yeah. Potato. That is very useful. We'll get onto that later. Something else I forgot to mention in the previous one is you're going to want to go to options and video settings, and, you want to turn attack indicators. It's by default is off. You can do a crosshair or a hotbar. It's up to you. I'd recommend looking to both of them. But yes. So I'd recommend. So first thing, write down the coordinates of your house. The worst thing that happens is to lose your house's location. That's just not good. So open up chat. Say it in there and boom. Just make sure you don't leave the game. Write it down. Have a notepad, shows everything, and I would recommend heading off in one direction until it's around noon, and then going in reverse. And who knows, maybe you'll be lucky. Oh wow, you found a village. You might have to go in all directions, you might have to go in diagonal directions, but you're probably going to find a village pretty quickly off of spawn. And make sure you have food, which I forgot to check. But the first structure I'm looking for is a blacksmith. It varies. Future me is going to have to go through the trouble of showing photos of different kinds of blacksmiths to suit biomes, but if I tried to do that, I would almost guaranteed somehow miss at least one of them, so you should be looking through all the village houses anyways. I'm sorry, past Alex, I disappointed you. This is just a standard plains one. It'll have a grindstone up here. It may be tempting to steal the crafting stations and furnaces, but don't. And this one you want to look for the most because it has a chest which has good stuff, like iron armor, as we can see, which now is going to make us slightly less vulnerable to everything that thinks it's a good idea to sneeze on us, and not in the way of giving us the coronavirus. And that's a ravine. Cool. You'll see these guys, the villagers, once you reach somewhere, and basically just put them in boxes. If they're not in a box, they will find a way to die. If you leave them unattended for just a little bit too long, they will die. So put them in a box, and tell them to say goodbye to their families, because they're not going to see them for a while. Because you want to trade with them later, and finding another village probably isn't a very good way to do that. And you only need to save 2 of them. You also find ravines. You're on ravine exploring if you're near to your base, and you find a ravine. Make sure it has the sun open, because these ones are the least dangerous of them all. And just mine any ore you find. I'm going to time-lapse the ore mining in this ravine, because, yeah. We need iron anyways. Hello, welcome back from the time-lapse. We got a bit of ore. And if you see a ravine, it's near to your base, it's good. But yes, villages, back on track. You find beds in them, but basically, you see these, okay, a spoiler. These guys aren't the brightest, but they give you good stuff, so you don't really want to lose them. Cage them in somewhere that nothing can get to them, and they should be fine, although still you want to get to the villager part of the game as soon as possible. The reason we're putting these fences up is to stop outside sources. Okay. And this is a horse. They're pretty good, but until you have saddles, they're kind of useless. This iron golem's been beat up pretty badly now. You can fight the golem, and you do get iron from it, but I wouldn't advise it. It doesn't usually end well. He does a lot of damage, and he has a lot of health, and he also fights bad guys, which is pretty cool. Oh, this guy's definitely seen better. I think you can give him mine. Yeah, I'm gonna repair this guy up. I will take him home with me. I don't have any leads. Okay, another thing. You find a village. These things, these hay bales, you can turn these into food. A lot of food. So if you ever see these, pick them up. They will undoubtedly help you in the future. Pick them up and put them. Just keep them in your inventory. These will feed you a punch, and while exploring, these things can keep you alive. Now, yeah, they were originally just meant to be cosmetic, but these things are really good. One of these is 3 bread, and bread is a little worse than cooked meat. Yeah, just look around the village, see if you see any extra chests lying around. Don't steal the workstations, as tempting as they may look. And yeah, time to get a move on, I guess. Fortunately, it's getting dark, so we're gonna head back. You can check your coordinates if you need to, but I believe I know where it is because I didn't have to explore very far. If you do need to sleep urgently and you're at a village, you can use the beds. And I mean, you gotta avoid the wildlife. Anyways, I'm gonna time lapse our way. Okay, we are back, and now we're gonna go on to getting better tools. Now, you can go strip mining, which we will do more of in a bit, but for diamonds. But we want to get a full set of iron armor and stuff. So just take iron ore, put it in the furnace, and if you have more than 24, now luckily we got some armor from the blacksmith, so we are good there. And we'll put the coal and stuff there. Blah 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 blah. Potato. Potatoes can be grown, and they are very profitable when you do. So we'll just go to grow them. Just put it in the ground. Keep an eye on it. Everything when it's ready. Potatoes are one of the best food sources because they give the most of all the crops. I mean, they give more than bread, and bread's a pain because you need to take 3 wheat for 1 bread. And the only downside, you have to smelt it, and if you mine frequently, that's not really a problem. But yeah, we're about to upgrade to iron tools, which is something you want to do. Also, you want to set up farms. I collected some sugarcane and pumpkins at the beginning, so you want to grow those. Sugarcane you grow by water. The reason you're growing this now is because you'll need massive quantities of it in the future, or a good amount of it in the future to set up a super huge farm that's fully automatic, so you probably want to have a good head start on growing them. It's morning now, so now that we've gotten that going and emptied our inventory a bit, well, that's cooking at home. We're gonna head out in this direction and wait for spawn. Just see what you can find. And this you kind of have to be creative when you're exploring. I mean, what you're mostly looking for is villages and most villages. Desert temples are good. Mostly you just want villages. Some other things can be useful, but you're mostly entirely just looking for villages to get the potato crop and the beetroot crop. Well, the beetroot's kind of useless, but it's nice to have. And anything you see on the way that just happens to be vibing, it's good food for the road, or for when you get back. Llamas, you can kill them if you have absolutely no soul, and leather you do get from them is somewhat useful, but unfortunately I have too much of a soul, which isn't much. But yeah, just travel in one direction. I'm gonna time lapse. Ooh, actually, never mind. There's a cave there. Be cautious of fall damage. Duh. I mean, that's not clumsily falling down the mountain. It's right there. Iron. Iron's useful this part. Trust me, this iron is one of the most useful, and until you can get an iron farm, which Just don't question it. Just don't question it. Until you get an iron farm, don't question how it works. It just when you get an iron farm, which you will get optimally at some point in the game. Yeah, you're gonna really need it. A lot of it. If you want railroads, you need it. If you want most redstone contraptions, especially ones that involve transporting items, which is kind of important, they need it. You want good armor? You need it. You want an anvil? You need it. You want some crafting stations? You need it. You want diamonds? You need it. Mine them. And never stop mining coal. Never ever stop mining coal. You stop mining coal, you are forfeiting to the almighty other ores. I mean, coal, you never gonna have too much coal. Trust me on this one. Eventually you can put it into a super smelter. And once you get a fortune pickaxe, you won't need to mine all of the batches. I like to mine around half of them after that, but for right now, you want to mine all the coal you can get. And we're going to continue traveling until it's around noon, or a little later. Time-lapse, future me. If you haven't started already, you better get to it. As you can see right there, there's another village. And a desert temple. But we're going to go to the village first, because it's less scary. Another iron golem. You can chase out the iron golem, and you can kill him. And since this village is far enough away, it's probably not going to be abused. But as long as we're only here at daytime, they will not come to any harm. I did not mean to spot my spawn point, but, what? Something was killed here. But I'll take it. Yes, that's rabbit. These are cats. They're really cute and very useful, but you can't really use them much yet. Also, don't mind me. I will be taking that. Thank you. I'll even replant it. I feel like being nice. Yeah, thank you. I will also take these too. Thank you. Which, ooh, beetroot. I'll take it. Wait, is that melon? Hey, that's pretty good. That's really good. Like, really, really good. And some hay bales there. I mean, you're gonna be plundering for quite a while in this part. I recommend just getting food and all the plants if you can. Yeah. Just plunder things. Everything you can. Like hay bales. Also, this is a new feature. I kind of forgot about this. You can mine hay bales with a hoe. See, I told you this thing is more useful than other things in farming. I wasn't lying when I said it's the useful kind. There's not much else over there, and it's getting dark. I mean, you can bring a bed with you, but I personally don't like exploring that far out this early. I like to have better gear, more food, enchantments, even have nether stuff. But yeah, mine hay bales. Now, this is a desert temple. You might or might not encounter them, but if you know how to deal with the desert temple is the only thing you really need to know how to deal with, and only natural structure. Desert's pretty common. Either way, you head in. See that blue dot? Don't. Okay, so go here, like anywhere around here, but not in the 3x3. By this, don't go there. Just dig down, and make sure nothing's above you, because if there is, you will be a very unhappy camper. And make sure to like the place once you get down. Wait, probably should mention now. Never go in here with a pet. If you go in here with a pet, they will activate the trap, and you will die alongside your pet. Mine the pressure plate, and boom. Now you have all this stuff for free. Curse of binding. That is not exactly diamonds, horse armor. This is really good. You always want to raid these things if you have the chance. But basically everything you get useful. Like bones is useful, string is useful, gold is useful. I mean, there's nothing you can get from these that really isn't useful. I mean, bones in the early game are really useful, so because they're used for bone meal and such. So, bones, string, rotten flesh, not really. Spoiler. Yeah, all these things you probably want to grab. Just make sure you have a pillar and block. I'm gonna take all the sand I can grab and then hightail it out of here. Also, one more thing you want to grab before you leave. This is not really the most important thing, but I mean, TNT in here. The stuff that was trying to blow you up earlier, yeah, that stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You might want to grab some. I actually don't know what to drop. Everything's good. Oh yeah. If you need to drop a tool, drop the hoe. Or the shovel. Depends if you're going to be using the shovel soon. If you're going to be using the shovel soon, then, well, duh, I drop the hoe. But the shovel takes lots of materials. Now, this is granted you're using a stone one. If you're using iron, it's iffy, but if you're using diamond, then no. Or diamond, it depends. I can sometimes it has like no enchantments and you really need that notch apple or something. I can kind of see it, but other than that, no. Just drop a stone hoe if you have one on you. Anyways, I'm gonna time lapse the run back home because it's getting dark and I don't want to be out of. Hello and welcome back. We have murdered a few animals on the way back, as you saw, but tonight we're gonna do something different. Instead of going to sleep or mine, we're actually gonna try to fight the mobs because they have some pretty good loot. And I think we are now suited. I mean, we found diamonds from the desert temple. I didn't freak out about it or mention it because, I mean, they're not super. Just keep the diamonds, okay? Diamonds are good. We haven't really gone diamond mining yet, but they're good, okay? We'll get on to what you can do with those later. Right now, we're gonna get our food. We're gonna get some wood, okay? Also, dump those stone tools away. We're upgrading this stuff now. First thing you want to do, you want to get a bunch of wood, a lot of wood, and you're gonna make some sticks. Then you're gonna want to make a shield, like a so. This thing can take a lot of damage. A lot. By a lot, I mean this thing can. If you are facing some damage, it can take just about anything, and you right-click to activate it. You want to craft some armor. I already got a helmet and leggings from there, but you can craft a helmet like this. I'm not going to craft it because I already have one. Chestplate like a so, and boots like so, and also, if you don't have leggings, like that. Put those on. Boom. Now we're looking snazzy. Make a sword. Make an axe, because those are nice to have also. On your first hit, an axe is always better since it has more base damage, but it has a longer cooldown. And then a pickaxe, because, you know, that's, I mean, we're not going to be using it now, but, you know, gotta get the whole tool set. I mean, gotta dedicate yourself to the thing. Okay, there we go. I'm at night rolling. Anyways, now you have your things. You can venture out. Hello, future Alex here. What past Alex was doing kinda wasn't the best thing to do. You really don't need to be fighting mobs early unless you really need bone meal to grow potatoes, which I did do later, and you do need to do that, but realistically, you don't really need to. God, I mean, yeah, having a shield and crafting the armor and the shield is still a great idea to defend yourself, but you really don't need to go outside and fight the mobs. Just around this point in the game, they aren't much of a threat, which is noteworthy, but, yeah, it's not really worth going outside to fight them. Um, just skip to the mining, which I do next. You don't need to go out unless you need bone meal, which I do to grow some potatoes. To speed it up, one bone goes to 3 bone meal. Just put a bone in crafting and use it to grow your potatoes faster. Or to insta grow your potatoes, it takes 3 bone meal to get a potato from nothing to all the way. If you got potatoes, let that be from a zombie or a village. By all means, you go mob hunting, get as many bones as you can, and go nuts. That is great, but Yeah, you don't need to go mob hunting. I'm gonna let the rest of the clip play. Yeah, you don't need to do this. It's a waste of time. Um, just go to mining. Uh, to feed yourself. As you can see, where that we got some of those. Now, next thing you want to do is one of the more boring things. You gotta go mining. I'm sorry to break it to you, bud, but you gotta get a diamond pickaxe to be part of the cool kids gang. So, to go on a mining trip, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make another double chest. This has nothing to do with the fact that we're going mining. We just need to, I just need another double chest. You can either, in this your little starting hut, you can, I really need to learn how to place double chest. Oh yeah, make sure a chest isn't touching the ceiling, otherwise it can't open, although they can open through other chests. You can either expand your starter base to be a big base, to have all the stuff you would ever want, or you can build a mega base later. I'm personally going to be making a mega base later, but after you've gotten the basics done, or the start area done, like what I'm going to do, which I'm basically just going to go to the end, once you've gotten that done, you're kind of free to do whatever you want. This is getting more turn of a, into a survival series, maybe. I don't actually have any plans for that. But yeah, remember, bring wood with you, and you're going to want to bring. Now, you know how I went on how cool it was that you got some nice, epic, iron tails? Yeah, you're going to need to make some more, wood, stone ones. They, unfortunately, until you have diamond, using iron is just not the most money efficient. You kind of need it for other things, but now we have our stuff. Something else I recommend crafting. Take some wood and craft some trapdoors. You will see why in a minute. Make sure you have torches like usual. And I don't know why that's always, I don't know why this stuff's been on me for so long. And fall down the nice little elevator you made yourself. Now, for mining, there's a few ways you can do this. You could go 2 tall like we did earlier, or you could do 1 tall. 1 tall works better if you have, like, how do I word this? You don't have a very good pickaxe, then 1 tall is going to be superior. So, first thing you do is take a trapdoor, you do this, and boom. You place it there, boom, you're 1 tall. And you can now crawl. And dig away, just dig straight forwards, you don't actually need to place torches in here. If you're feeling cheesy, you can turn on a night vision texture pack. Needs amplifying or something, but I'm not gonna do that. And I'm still gonna place torches because I don't know why I like torches. Okay. But yeah, if you're gonna tunnel like this for a while, you need to be constantly moving. This doesn't really work in Bedrock Edition. If you're, for those of you, there's a different way you can activate this, but just crawl. Diggy hole. Listen to some music. Look, you're gonna be listening to a lot of music, okay? And you can, by the way, pro tip, you can put torches in your offhand. Just press F when they're in your hand, and it'll go to your offhand, and you can use that to place torches more quickly. If you're like me and are obsessed with torches, I don't know why you'd be obsessed with torches, but if you are, there's the tip for you. Mine every ore you see: iron, coal, redstone, lapis, diamonds. Ooh, there's a cave there. I could go spelunking. I'll take a peek. Okay. Oh man, you see a cave? What I like to do is, if there's something that's really close to my tunnel, mine it, but if not, then no. If I see diamonds, I see iron, I see whatever, I'll mine it. But Creepers are scary. Very scary. And there's a bunch of dark area over there, which means they could spawn. So I'm going to mine up all the iron I can that's in here as soon as possible, and then continue on my merry way. This is obsidian. You might want to keep that in mind. I would mine that coal, but it's in the cave, and I want to be out of here as soon as possible. But I keep on getting sidetracked by the coal ores. Yes, you can mine lapis with a stone pickaxe. I know. Not many people know this. Most people seem to think it needs an iron one. I can't blame them, but yeah, you can mine it with a stone one, and it is very useful. Now, gold, on the other hand, doesn't matter, but lapis you should use for stuff later. I'm spoiler, you can't make lapis tools. Okay, I'm gonna go over the tools real quickly while I'm mining. Stone ones are cheap. Wood ones are, you use them to get stone ones. Iron ones you use to mine your diamonds. Diamond ones you can enchant and stuff. And netherite ones are the endgame ones. And we've already came across this tunnel, apparently. No, I won't mind that. It's scary in here, I want to get out of here. And netherite ones, which we will get onto in the nether episode. Or at least or at least try to mention it, at least. And you don't have to play super defensively with the shield in the mines. I probably should craft the nether. Actually, I have wood on me. No, I don't have iron. Yeah, just mine all the iron you can find. You can never have too much iron. If you die in lava, God forbid, having the iron around to make another tool set is nice. It's very nice. Trust me, it'll make your life a lot easier. But yeah, just run around, find everything you can. The cave if it seems relatively safe, and then get back into your hole. Anyways, I'm gonna time lapse a tunnel mine until I find diamonds, so we can get to the next part of the game. Pro tip, if it's something like this, it's not worth it. Unless it's a rare ore like diamonds, it's not worth it. That's called not being careful and listening to the things on the side. There were skeletons there. I almost died there. That wasn't very good. You don't want to die, okay? Dying's not good. You lose your stuff. I almost got knocked into lava. That was close. Yeah, we found another cave. There's a thing you do after you found, whatever you're looking for the way back, because if you didn't notice, we tunnel just over there, we got diamonds. That is what we want. And I forgot a water bucket, but I know how to craft. Let me just mine up this iron. Real quick. So, let's say you find diamonds, or just some valuable ore, but it's over lava. Worst case scenario. What do? Well, first thing you need is a water bucket. And let's say you didn't bring one. Well, luckily, if you're in the mines, you should have the materials to craft one. If you listen to the #1 rule, which is always have wood on you. You might want to find some coal. It will make your life easier, but you don't need it. It is not a must-have. Take on the crafting table. be very careful not to fall into the lava. You take whatever fuel you can get your grubby hands on, say some of your wood, and you need to make a bucket. Make another one of those, I know. In the meantime, I'm gonna mine any iron I can find. Boom. We got the thing we need. We got enough iron. And make sure your inventory is, well, for obvious reasons. That's an ender. Oh, don't look at the enderman in the eyes. Unless there's water nearby, they will not go in water, which you can abuse. They are the strongest of all the mobs, but due to their bane of water, they are the most abusable of them all. Anyways, as I was saying, you make the bucket. You fill it with water. It's not torches in your house, man, because I will delete it. And then let it flow over this. And then you want to dig all under and around whatever ore you found. So these diamonds, dig above it, make sure there's A, not any more, and B, make sure there's nothing that can harm them. Once you've done that, dig in. Have fun with your new hard-earned diamonds. And normally they spawn in batches of anywhere from 2, as you saw, to 8, and we just got unlucky. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Now, comes for the way back, and spoiler, it's not very fun. Hello and welcome. Again, I'm back. Don't worry about it. So after you've gotten some diamonds or whatever, and you've gotten the stuff you need, also, when you drop stuff, drop your stones first. So you're gonna go back into your little hidey hole, and you're going to dig to one side. Say, let me use the big brain time. So dig as far as I would say 16 blocks in. You were wrong, 16 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Just how to count 101. Go out relatively far in one direction. As long as it lines up with your original tunnel. Make sure you do that right, otherwise you will regret it. Then head back the way you came. If you do this, you do it right, you don't screw up. Okay, long story short, my editing software was very, very unhappy, so I just time-lapsed the whole way back. Found a bit of diamonds on the way. The editing software was very upset. It like wouldn't load at normal speed, so if I missed anything, I am sorry. Hello, and welcome to Future Alex's Redstone World. Now, past Alex kind of sucked at describing what we were making, so I'm just doing it again. So, basically, what we were trying to make is a furnace that just works better. Okay, a bigger, super redstone furnace, whatever you want to call it. So, a single, it's relatively modular. You do this, boom. So hoppers, okay, hoppers will hop items. So let's say we have a chest here, and chest here, and chest here. We're gonna use diamond. We're gonna use ore. We're gonna use diamond ore as our example for today, and coal. Okay. Hoppers will move items from one place to another. Okay. Great. You can move just about anything in them. You can, in a furnace, if a hopper is beneath it, it will move in to the output into here. Mind you, you won't be smelting diamond ore usually, but just for now. If you shift right click on the back of something, a hopper will be facing it, which means now you can place this here, do that again, and the output will still go in here. Or 1 diamond from here. And if you want to put fuel in it, you have the hopper in the front of it, and you put that coal in there, and it ends up in here. You put a bunch of coal in here, it all will fill into here. For a super smelter, you want to put a hopper behind a chest, a furnace, and then on top of the furnace, something here, and this is your input. You put diamond ore in here, all you want. They'll all end up in here, and then you can either have the chest behind it, and have some way to access it for whatever you want. No. Your fuel chest can either be behind it, or it can be in front of it. Either works. I prefer to have it behind it and just have a little door to the side. And if you want to make it a double furnace, which is significantly faster, you just put that there, and there. There. This is your input. You can even put signs on it. And then what I did was I had a door that it was in my mountain that went up into here. I open the door, go back here. I put some slabs down here so I can reach under to the hoppers if you need to reach in there. You can manually put fuel in. This one started earlier, so it one of those single furnace, but let's say you want to cook a stack of diamonds. You put the diamonds in here, you put the coal in here, and the advantage of this is you can queue up a lot of coal. If you're gonna put coal in your how to type 101. If you're gonna put coal in your furnace anyways, you can dump a bunch in, and then we'll not have to worry about fuel again. You want to check how much extra you have. Just check the furnace. Just make sure you don't put the wrong stuff in the wrong chest. You can put whatever you want. You can put raw food in here, or cobblestone, where you can put a bunch of stuff in queue, and it will all eventually filter out. This is just significantly easier. It's automatic, and you put a lot of stuff in reverse. You can put more than a stack without having to put new stuff in. So that, yeah, this is future. I'm still gonna time lapse what I did, but yeah, this is about the end of the video. I make it at the end. Anyways, back to the time lapse of me building the one in the main world.
gonna end up. I mean, why make it separate chests for your valuables when you put it at the place where they come out at? And the final part of this episode is going to be the nether portal and some obsidian. So for this, you're going to need to take 3 of those your precious diamonds, and some sticks. Now I know you may be tempted to make a diamond sword, but not yet. You want to make a diamond pickaxe, okay? You will never mind the same after you have this. And this is just the beginning. I'm gonna make a few extra torches, and you need to find the first thing. That's a furnace. Take these torches, make some take that, and then for this, I'd recommend dumping as much stuff out of your inventory as you can. Anything you don't need, just get rid of it. But you do need 2 water buckets, 1 or 2. So make sure you have food, and I would recommend making yourself an extra shield, because that's important. Like so. Bang, bada, bat. Bap, bap. Shield. Yes. Now back to the mines. You need to get some obsidian. You may find this lying around, but you're gonna need to get some. You may have saw the lava we encountered earlier, and then go back to that. I'm going to time-lapse the very slow and painstaking crawl through these tunnels. Once you've found something like obsidian, like this, you might find lava and have to pour water over it. You're gonna want to, first thing you want to do is make sure there's no lava beneath it. So, find one that doesn't have any lava underneath it. Like this one here. We know it's safe. This obsidian here, everything's safe, and then mine with a diamond pickaxe. Now, obsidian takes a really long time to mine. It is the longest time for a mineable block. And to those of you who say bedrock and stuff, I said mineable block. You cannot mine bedrock in survival. You can see this one is free, and you want to get around anywhere from, okay, give me some time for some big brain time. Should be around 10 for a portal at least. I personally like to make my portals look nice, but we're just gonna go with 10. 10 for a portal, and 4 for an anvil. So you need around 14 obsidian for when you just started off. Yeah. When it's something like this, just use water there. It's pretty great. 14 obsidian is what you need to start with, but you definitely probably want to get more in the future. And then yes, it is tiresome to mine, and yes, you tools will get better. Also, something else I'd advise making nearby, which those water buckets you brought, is an infinite water source. This way, even if you lose your bucket to the lava somehow, you're still good. You're not. There's still stuff you can do. You mine up 14 obsidian until, and then you get to go to, the nether. You get to go big fiery place. It's pretty spoopy. You get to go to another dimension. It's pretty fun. Unfortunately, you have to go through the painstaking progress of English language of mining obsidian. I'm gonna time lapse the rest of this. Enough of my chattering. Okay, Andrew, anything you want to say? Yes, the furnace is still going. So now that you've gotten your 14 obsidian, you want to make a few things. First thing you want to make is you're going to want to put 4 of it in a box somewhere and save it for later. Next thing you want to do is make a nether portal. Now, the first thing you need to do is find some flint if you have any lying around. If you don't, like me, well, you're going back to the mines and you're going to mine some gravel. Yeah, have fun with that. But if you have any gravel on you, or anyways, just place it down, mine it, until you get flint. And then take 1 iron ingot, take 1 flint, make flint and steel. The next thing we're going to make is a portal room. I'm going to make it over here. Also, I'm going to take these slabs, and I'm going to put it over here, because, I mean, we only need access to that one block. In fact, actually, trapdoor is probably much more simple. But you don't need to do this. This just looks cool, okay? And this is just what I think looks good. You do what you wish. Also, we don't need this anymore. So dig out into here. I recommend digging out just like this. And then, also, it's a good idea to have water right next to your nether portal. I'll see why in a bit. Did that. Dig this out. It needs to have 3, 2, 3, 2, and then you're gonna take your obsidian. Remember, if you screw this up, you have to mine the obsidian. So 2 in the bog. 2, 3. You don't need corners, like, and then do it like so. Boom. You take your flint and steel. Boom. This is the minimum size nether portal you can get. And there you go. That's the nether. And that's also for next episode. But also, first thing to do is to put some doors. This will keep the spoopy monsters in. Anyways, I will see you all next episode, and yeah, I'm gonna have fun editing this. Goodbye for now, unless future me has something to say. E.